Well, let's try. This is like take 3. I think I cut myself off. I ain't used to holding this phone upright. I think my finger touch had knocked me off. I was giving you a good conversation for once. They got 2 computers out here, all right? 2 computers that's out. They got a tech guy. I think tech guy was there yesterday. You know what I think it is? I think they got all this education and ain't got no common sense. Now, my grandpa, my dad's dad, used to cuss and raise hell about that. I remember when I was a teenager, 13, 14, this back in the 70s, I remember him, somebody got him on the subject of college education. Me and my dad just got there. I heard him cussing, you know, he used GED all the time, and I heard him cussing and carrying on. We didn't know what we hadn't walked quite in yet. Well, we opened the door up the kitchen. They was in the living room. He was in his recliner, Grandpa. I always called it the Grandpa recliner chair. He's swiveling back and forth. He was all pissed off. He said, "What good is a college, cussing, carrying on? What good is a college education if you ain't got common sense?" That's a lot of truth. I think that's what it is here between me and you. No names. I think these tech guys, for some reason, they got the education, they ain't got no common sense. And I'll give you another good example. My aunt learned this the hard way. She had no kids. Her and her uncle one time, her and her husband one time, no kids, and they just don't take their 2 dogs, either Rocky Fort or Lake Callan. I think that's Claremont County, Ohio. You can look them up. They got a beach here. And he happened to be off on the Sunday, never got off. And so they decided to pack a lunch to take the dogs to the beach. And he went out the door, and they never went anywhere because he's working, which is, I think, is crazy. Anyway, she was the last one out the door. She closed, locked it. She heard the phone ring, and she was wanting to answer it because she thought maybe it was her sister, Jean, and she was afraid not to. She answered, unlocks the door, goes in and answers it. It was his workplace, and she whispers to him. She's now, "Tell him you're off today." Anyway, they had some machine. He was a precision machinist. They had some machine to go down, and he said, "Well, is Tom, Dick, and Harry there?" They said, "Yeah." There's 2 of them. I'm saying 3 names. He said, "Yeah, they're there, but they can't fix it." Well, he said, finally he's going in. She was mad already. When he hung up the phone, she said, "I thought they're there." And my uncle never cussed or nothing, but he said this, and I quote him. She told me this. "Yeah, they're there. One of them's got a master's and bachelor's, and the other one's got a bachelor's. They got, they got a 3 degrees amongst 2 guys, right?" Then she said, "Well, she's mad. I don't blame her. What's wrong?" She said, "Well, they're good guys. They're educated, but," she said, "they ain't got no common sense." That lack of common sense, he pointed out, cost them a day at the beach. They never went because he died a year later. Ain't that a tragedy? I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying my grandpa's perfect, but my grandpa was telling the truth, and I'm old enough now. He is exactly right. People come in here, they don't know how to turn the computer on. I'm not making that up. Power button's right there. I'm not mentioning no names, just general public. It just, they shouldn't have no computers now. They should. They got to fix where you can't get into the files, and if you get in the files, you get your ass suspended from the library. They got an agreement you click on. When you get on the computer, they got an agreement that you agree to. I know what it is. Why they don't suspend somebody? They're afraid they would lose in court and get the hell sued out of them. That's all it is. That's all it is. So in other words, that agreement, the old saying, "the bark is worse than his bite," that agreement don't mean nothing. I've never heard of anybody being suspended from here. I've never. Either that or it's very quiet, but I know a lot of people come here, and I've never known anybody to be suspended. And I've known some teenagers that I haven't seen in a while. I said, "Why ain't you in the library? Did you get in trouble?" "No, we didn't get in no trouble. We just decided not to come no more." And most of them teenagers are honest. They don't beat around the bush. But when you click on that user agreement, they don't mean nothing. I mean, they don't. But I don't know how they pay these tech guys, if it's per job or what. If they got a contract with them, I don't know. But they've had these computers maybe 2.5, 3 months now, and I think they've had 3 of them down, 2 of them down now. It's sad. I guess maybe the tech guys working this stuff to death. I don't know. But you wouldn't think a computer would crash that damn much. I had my laptop for 5 years. It took it that many years to crash. Okay, I'm gonna upload this. I just hate it that it's narrow. I want to widen this screen. You know why? If that wind ain't killing me too much, you know why my video's narrow? Because it's easier to upload. I didn't do it when I updated my phone. It did it. It's narrow because it's less megabyte to upload. So that's why it's quicker. Okay, I'm getting out of here. I just don't like the narrowness on this. I like to widen it. It'd take longer to upload if I widen it. Okay, we'll see you.